I'm Ryan from ExtremeTerrain.com, and this is my review and installation of the Barricade Trailforce HD full width front bumper and winch combination fitting all 2007 and up JKs. Today we're going to talk through the installation of this bumper and winch combo, which is a very simple 1 out of 3 wrenches. Even if you don't have a lot of experience with automotive wiring, getting this winch wired up is very simple, and getting the bumper bolted onto your Jeep is a simple process that doesn't require any cutting or drilling, but we'll talk more about the install in just a second. We're also going to talk through the construction and a few of the features of this bumper and winch. This is for those of you that are looking for the convenience of a bumper and winch combination. You know that the bumper and the winch are going to work together. You have to buy one thing. You're going to get both of these. It's going to completely overhaul the look of the front of your Jeep and also give you a ton of additional functionality. Now, for the convenience of buying these as a package, you are going to pay a little bit more money, and of course you can buy these components separately as well. However, if you are looking for that convenience and you have the budget for it, purchasing this kit is going to be very simple. As you can see, this kit is made up of 2 different pieces. Over here you have your Barricade Trailforce HD full width front bumper, and as it says right in the name, this is a full width bumper that's going to give you coverage and protection from fender to fender. This bumper also has a couple of other features built into it that I really like. Over here you can see that this will accept your factory fog light housings out of that factory bumper. I always like to reuse those factory lights if I can. Your Jeep is already wired for it, you already have the switch, you already have the lights, why not be able to use them? And this bumper will accept those. The bumper is of course already set up with a winch mounting plate. This plate will hold up to a 12,000 pound winch. The winch included in this kit is 9,500 pounds, so you have more than enough capacity to hold your winch that comes in this kit. Additionally, you have your bumper hoop over top of the winch, which is going to provide a little bit of protection to the winch against brush on those narrow trails, as well as your grille. And that hoop has a pair of light mount tabs welded on the top of it for some auxiliary lighting. Up front, you also have a couple of D-ring mounts, and this kit does include the D-rings. Those are going to be really nice to have even though you have your self-recovery winch. D-rings can be used in conjunction with the winch by going around a snatch block pulley on a tree and back to your bumper, allowing you to essentially double the pulling power of your winch. Or in a scenario where a winch isn't the best option for recovery and you want to be able to use a snatch strap, the D-rings give you a really solid connection. The bumper itself is made of 5/32 inch steel covered in a textured black powder coat finish, and you're going to get a bumper that not only looks good, but is going to last a long time and has a lot of features. Over here with the Barricade 9,500 pound winch, you're getting a synthetic line winch. The synthetic line has a couple of different benefits over the steel. Synthetic line, while it still stretches when it's under load, doesn't store that energy, so in the event that you were to break a line under load, the synthetic line won't snap back, causing possible injury or damage to property. The synthetic line will simply fall to the ground. Now, the downside or slight drawback to a synthetic line is that it can be more expensive and it does require a little bit more maintenance and to be replaced a little bit more often. However, for the ease of use, dragging a much lighter synthetic line up those muddy hills and the safety factor, I always choose synthetic over steel. Now, as I said before, this is a 9,500 pound winch, which is going to be more than enough to pull out your 2-door or your even 4-door JKs. If you do have a 4-door JK that has a ton of heavy steel armor on it and you like to play in the mud, get buried up to the axles, you might consider going with a heavier winch, but for the vast majority of you, a 9,500 pound winch is going to be more than enough to get the job done. This is a 3-stage planetary gearbox in this winch. Of course, it has the solenoid box that mounts right on top, and it comes with a 12-foot remote, so you can stay well out of the way of the danger zone while using your new winch. So as I said before, 1 out of 3 wrenches to get these parts installed. It's going to be a very simple bolt-on installation with only the smallest amount of wiring that anyone can do, even if you're not savvy in automotive wiring. The first step is, of course, removing your factory front bumper. You'll remove the splash shield if you're still running one and the frame cover up top, remove the fog light sockets from the fog light housings, and then unbolt the bumper from the Jeep, removing it. After that, you can remove the fog light housings from your factory bumper and bolt them into your new bumper. And then lift the bumper onto the frame rails using the included hardware to get everything bolted down. The next step is going to be installing your winch on your new bumper. I like to install the winch on the bumper before installing the bumper on the Jeep because it is a lot easier to get to those bumper mounting bolts. You can certainly do it the other way, but you might struggle with the bolts a bit. Once you have the winch mounted onto your bumper, you're also going to install your fair lead that's included with this kit. Make sure you have your solenoid box mounted up properly as well. Finally, you'll go ahead and reattach your factory fog lights and go to wiring up your winch. There are really only two leads that are going to come from your winch that need to get power. They're going to go directly up the inside of your fender well to your battery, attached to the positive and the negative terminal. So as I said before, even if you don't have a lot of experience with automotive wiring, it's going to be a very simple install. This kit comes in at right around $1,100, which is about $100 more than these components individually. However, with the combo kit, you are getting the convenience of a one-stop shop. So if you're looking to add a full-width front bumper onto your JK and a winch, and you're looking for a very convenient one-stop shop, I think this is going to be a really nice option. That's my review of the Barricade Trailforce HD full-width front bumper and winch combination, fitting all 2007 and up JKs that you can find right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.